Welcome everybody to Pullman, Washington. You are watching the Pac-12 on ESPN. It's a Friday night. That means Pac-12 after dark. Number 5 USC coming from the Hollywood Hills to the hills on the Palouse to take on 16th ranked Washington State. Welcome into the broadcast booth. Adam Amin, Dusty Dvorak, Molly McGrath is with us as well. I've got this little paper here. It's got a bunch of notes on it and all this cool information. I don't need it. We don't need it. We don't have to sell you on this. Number 5, number 16 meeting for the first time in 3 years. And as we open up our Friday dossier, the top of the Pac-12 and some major college football playoff implications will be abound over the course of the night tonight. This is a big-time game, a big-time atmosphere.
Huge atmosphere, both for both of these football teams wanting to win the Pac-12. College football playoff implications on the line. The winner of this game's got a huge leg up in that race.
Polar opposites in quarterbacks and in programs.
That's exactly right. Both these programs, they come from different spectrums of the world. Their style, their traditions are completely different, just like these quarterbacks. Different recruitments, different style of play, but both extremely effective for their offense and two of the best in all the Pac-12.
You're looking at Alex Grinch, the third-year defensive coordinator of Washington State. Is this defense for real?
We're going to find out tonight. They haven't been tested the way that they're going to be tested this evening, but they play fast, they play physical, they play on the other side of the football. Great challenge this evening.
And it is, as the kids might say, lit tonight. Mike Leach has done a fantastic job. This is the highest ranked Washington State has been in the AP poll since 2003 when they finished in the top 10 of the AP poll. Meanwhile, Clay Helton, really strong work, has gotten this program back on the right track now in his second full season as the head coach of the Men of Troy. The smallest capacity in the Pac-12, just 33,000, but it is going to be loud tonight at Martin Stadium. Robert Taylor back to return for Washington State. USC won the toss and deferred to the second half. Chase McGrath, the freshman walk-on, will get us going. Who's ready for some Pac-12 after dark with some unbeatens out west? Taylor will bring it out. Robert Taylor chopped out shy of the 20-yard line. Matt Lopes, good special teams tackle for USC. Luke Falk came to Washington State as an unheralded walk-on. He made his Pac-12 debut 3 years ago against USC in a Trojan victory. Look at him now. He is closing in on the all-time Pac-12 touchdown record.
It's been unbelievably productive inside this offense. A cerebral quarterback that understands every in and out, gets him into the right plays, and he can throw the football around the yard a little bit too.
Nation's leader in completion percentage at 77%. Quick throw underneath, and the catch is made by Kyle Sweet, junior out of California. For Washington State, this is a really strong offense, but the running backs are heavily involved.
Throw to these running backs so much. 59 catches for these running backs. They don't run the football much or effectively. They use throwing to the backs as an extension of the run. And man, Luke Falk does a lot of great things, but once you get him on the move, uncomfortable outside the pocket, that's when he can struggle.
Isaiah Johnson Mack makes the grab, and he's got a first down.
As we'd expect from this air raid offense, quick passes get Luke Falk in a rhythm here early to start.
Here's Jamal Morrow with a big burst. Jamal Morrow, the Southern California native, with a big run of 30 yards.
Big hole opens up off the right side. B.J. Salmonson gets a nice block on Rasheem Green, and big gain on first down for the Cougars on the ground.
Don't let the rush numbers fool you. These are really talented backs. They do a lot of this. Morrow out of the backfield with another first down. Chased down by John Houston.
This is exactly what we talked about. This is how they get these running backs involved. They're going to make this defense run, stretch the field, get the ball to the backs however they can out in space, and make the defenders miss.
James Williams has checked in next to Luke Falk. Five-man rush for USC. Falk got rid of it quickly, and he finds Isaiah Johnson-Mack in front of Iman Marshall. Picks up 5 on first down.
The defensive coordinator, Clancy Pendergast, decides to bring some pressure. It's man-to-man coverage on the outside. And Iman Marshall giving a lot of cushion outside for an easy pitch and catch for Washington State.
You mentioned it, Dusty. A lot of short throws, early rhythm for the redshirt senior. Falk. We see this a lot. Rasheem Green picks up the sack. This is when Luke Falk gets into a little bit of trouble.
He goes through his reads. He never wants to force the football. He never wants to try to fit it into a tight window where it doesn't belong. But with that, he spends a lot of time in the pocket, and this is exactly what happens. Excellent job by the defensive line collapsing the pocket. Luke Falk has nowhere to go with the football. A nice coverage sack by the Trojans.
Uchenna Nwosu and Rasheem Green, really good edge guys, team up for the sack to force 3rd and 10. Falk out of the pocket. Throws towards the end zone and nearly caught by Jameer Calvin. That's not Luke Falk's game, but he put up a good one on the move.
Typically, you get Luke Falk outside the pocket. That's where he struggles. Rush gets there. Luke Falk gets outside. And he finds an open target down the field. And Jameer Calvin. And Calvin can't come down with the catch. Oh, man, that's a great throw by Luke Falk. The receiver's got to pay him off.
So Eric Powell, 5 of 6 on the season, will try from 44. A left footer. And he connects to get Washington State on the board first. The Cougars on top to start the night. And USC and their outstanding quarterback, Sam Darnold, will take the field when you come back to Pac-12 After Dark. Back at Pullman, Washington, as you're watching the Dr. Pepper Championship Drive Game of the Week. Opening series field goal for Washington State to take the lead at home. They've lost 9 of the last 10 against USC. Looking for their first win at home against the Trojans since 2002. Bayless Jones, Stephen Carr back to return, with Eric Powell kicking away for Washington State. Well, Sam Darnold, we know a lot about him. More people know plenty about him now. But a lot of folks now are starting to hope and wish maybe some Jet fans out there that they might have the #1 overall pick. And for more on Sam, we go down to Molly McGrath.
Well, Adam, Sam Darnold has high expectations himself, and he tells me he's not happy with his performance lately, saying, I know I can be better. He admitted he's been struggling with his confidence lately, and it's led to some poor decision-making and forced throws. He said before this first drive, he's going to pause, take a deep breath, and try to calm himself down, Adam.
20 years of age, Molly, mature beyond his years. On first down, he finds Tyler Vaughns. Vaughns getting past Darian Moulton for a big gain on first down. 16 on the opening USC play. Redshirt sophomore out of Capistrano Beach, California. Darnold rockets one, and it's incomplete for Deontay Burnett. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10. The question for USC, are they battle-tested or battle-scarred?
4 physically tough football games they've had to start the season. Now, they won all of those, but they come in here limping a little bit with some guys nicked up, beat up, and not even being able to play tonight. How about the son of Zeus is loose? Watch out for number 50 in the middle, Hercules Mataafa. Maybe the quickest first step in all of college football.
No kidding, man. He's undersized, but very fast. Darnold gets it out quickly. And close to midfield is Deontay Burnett, one of those players that has been dealing with injury. He's landed hard on his left shoulder each of the last 2 games against Texas and Cal. Missed some practice time this week, but he's good to go tonight.
He's a playmaker, a gamer. You knew he was going to show up for this game this evening. Without question, Sam Darnold's go-to guy in this offense.
100 catches now for the junior out of Compton, California. First down for Ronald Jones. He didn't play last week at Cal. Sprained ankle, thigh contusion, but he's back and raring to go tonight.
Play right there, a perfect example of the trust offensive coordinator T. Martin has for Sam Darnold. He checked at the line of scrimmage based off the numbers and got them into the right run to pick up the first down.
We'll see a lot of this. Darnold rolling out of the pocket, and Burnett is out of bounds near the 38-yard line in front of Jalen Thompson.
Sam Darnold does just about everything right. I mean, this is an elite combination of size, athleticism, and arm strength. But as you mentioned, outside the pocket as he's rolling, being able to find receivers and fire accurate passes is where he really excels.
Another quick toss. It's Burnett trying to muscle his way to the sticks, and the spot looks to be right at the 34-yard line, which is the line to gain. Burnett loses his helmet. He'll have to come off the field for a play. Talk to me a little bit more about Sam Darnold. What do you see when you see him on tape?
I see a lot of good stuff, man. This is a baller. He's got the it factor, though. When his team needs a play, he's always the one that comes up with it. If they get good pressure, he gets flushed outside the pocket. You think it's a no play, he makes a play. And then the AAA, arm strength, athleticism, and accuracy. He's got every one of them.
What a cut by Jones. Ronald Jones inside the 15 for USC. Looks like a guy who has some fresh legs right now.
This last week, getting his thigh bruise right. Excellent job on the right side by Chuma Udoga. Open up a nice hole. And a good cut by Ronald Jones.
Right back to him, and there is Daniel Ekuale, the biggest guy up front for a relatively small defensive line.
The only 300-pound defensive lineman in the 2 deep for Alex Grinch in this defense. He said when you're at Washington State, you got to compromise something. You can't have everything. They have compromised size so they can put speed, athleticism on the defense.
He's one of the great young defensive coordinators in college football, Alex Grinch. Darnold pressure. Sam Darnold making some magic happen. Working inside the 5-yard line. Boy, Jahad Woods had him dead to rights, and Darnold made him pay.
Remember when I said the it factor? I mean, Sam Darnold's under pressure. They bring a blitz. Jahad Woods gets clean. Doesn't panic. Gets outside. It's a nice pickup with nothing there.
Darnold keeps. Darnold scores. Whatever that it factor is, it was on display on that opening USC drive.
His athleticism is just off the charts. We talk so much about his ability to throw the football accurately, the big arm, but you can't sleep on his ability to run with the football. Excellent job in the zone read, makes the proper read, and walks into the end zone.
Chase McGrath, the true freshman out of Newport Beach, California. And USC takes the 7-3 lead nearly halfway through the first.
A lot of people think he might be the #1 overall pick in the upcoming NFL draft. We know about the arm, showing off the athleticism as the Trojans on top early at Pullman.
The French word pelouse means land with thick and short grass. That's very fitting for the fertile hills and valleys here in the Palouse region, which encompasses parts of Idaho and Washington and Oregon. So, with all that fertile ground, they grow a lot of wheat, grow a lot of beans. This is the lentil capital, Pullman, Washington. And tonight, it feels like the college football capital of the universe. Bernard Bell back to return a Chase McGrath kick. Bell from the 1-yard line. And he'll get hit shy of the 25. This is a big-time game, big-time atmosphere tonight. Very crucial game, Molly.
That's right, Adam. You can feel the energy here from these teams right off the bus. USC was rocking side to side. Clay Helton said he loved that. Players were laughing, having fun, letting their hair down a little bit, showing off some dance moves. It is definitely getting loose here in the Palouse, and it's really loud down here on the sideline.
Yeah, it feels like it, Mal. Falk, deep shot, open man. It is caught by Bell. Inside the 30.
It's a breakdown in coverage. They let Renard Bell loose. Ajay Harris, the nickel, had him in man-to-man coverage and just let him run right by. And a nice touch pass by Luke Falk.
Longest catch of Renard Bell's young career, and he is a big play threat. Falk underneath, and the catch made by Johnson Mack. Washington State got the opening points. USC answered with a touchdown, but the Cougars are driving. Redshirt freshman from guess where? Los Angeles, California. One of 40 Washington State Cougars from Cali. It's going to be a fun one tonight. Tomorrow is the 45th anniversary of Martin Stadium opening back in 1972. They're jumping. They are lit tonight. Good one tonight in the Pac-12. 7-3 USC. Cougars driving to start the second quarter. Falk tosses it up there, and it's incomplete as we check in with Molly McGrath.
Yeah, Adam, it's not looking good for USC as Chuma Edoga can't put full weight on his left foot. He's been limping, but he really wants to be back in that game. When Falk threw it deep, he ran out of the training tent barefoot and ran down the sidelines. He got yelled at for that one.
Understandably so. This is a hype atmosphere, and man, is he a crucial cog for the USC offense tonight as they deal with injury. Underneath, Tavares Martin Jr. makes up for the drop with a touchdown. Cougars take the lead again.
If you're going to play the air raid and Mike Leach's defense, you better get ready to defend the screens. Running back screens, tunnel screens. Andre Dillard, big 60. Look at him get out on the cornerback, Jack Jones, and get a key block, maybe even a grab as Tavares Martin walks into the end zone.
You saw it too. There was a possibility of it, certainly. Eric Powell gives Washington State a 10-7 lead. 7th touchdown for Martin, tied for the lead in college football with Darren Andrews of UCLA. This is a concern. Chuma Edoga heading back towards the locker room for USC's offense. Back in Pullman, Washington tonight. USC has not loss to Washington State in Pullman since 2002. Clay Helton bringing the Trojans up to the outpost of the Pac-12 known as the Palouse. The Cougars on top with a 3-point lead. Stephen Carr will return it. Carr gets the sideline and a good return. Hit shy of the 40-yard line. A problem at the mesh point between Jones and Darnold. That's a tackle for loss for Derek Moore, who's having a good first half.
That's the style of play Washington State has to have. They're an attack front. They're a penetrating front. Play on the other side of the football. They're predicated on disruption and tackles for loss.
Darnold. Intercepted. It is picked off. Sean Harper with the pick. First pick of Sean Harper's career.
Sam Darnold's going to try to just find his receiver on a deep out route. But Sean Harper, the quarterback, watch him read the quarterback's eyes, undercut the route. And the Cougars are back in business.
One of Clay Helton's biggest concerns about Washington State when he talked to us this week was how fast they have a tendency to start and how slow USC has been starting games. They've been more of a fourth quarter team over the course of this season. That's a major concern in an atmosphere like this, in a game like this.
And Washington State, true to form, has had a great start to this football game, already with an early lead and the football back looking for more points. Clay Helton's got to be urging his football team to close this half and finish this half strong.
After the interception by Harper, Washington State sets up in plus territory. Falk through the hands of Kyle Sweet. That's 3 drops now for Washington State.
The ball's slightly high, but that's a catchable football. And for Sweet, he's a sure-handed receiver. That's his calling card. Possession receiver over the middle of the field. Uncharacteristic of him not to come down with that ball.
Handoff, Williams. And he'll work his way to the 41-yard line. It's been a rough week for USC in terms of injuries. Christian Rector has been playing outside for USC as a linebacker, essentially, because Porter Gustin is dealing with that torn bicep and the broken toe. So Christian Rector's had to basically change positions for Clay Helton's defense.
He's been fantastic. A versatile guy, extremely athletic, can play outside, inside. You see him here lined up as a defensive end.
Over the middle, and it is incomplete. Renard Bell could not hold on to it. Janae Harris had the coverage on Bell that time. No clear possession of the football and an upfield move, so the officials rule it incomplete. So Mike Leach opting to punt here on 4th down and pin USC deep. Mitchell Cox pins USC inside the 10-yard line. Vaughn's in space. Good tackle by Moulton. Yeah, were you a little shocked by that? I felt like Leach would still go for it after the timeout.
It's quite conservative for Mike Leach. Maybe he's understanding the magnitude of this game, how important each possession is, and to try to make USC drive the length of the field. Again, I like the call. It's just not something we see every week from Mike Leach.
Jones will work his way to the 14-yard line.
You got to remember, Adam, this is a USC football team. We said battle tested, but man, they've had their lumps. Western Michigan, Stanford, Texas, Cal. We're talking physical football games, and here they are in their 5th straight, and it seems like it's starting to take its toll.
3 backup offensive linemen are in the game for USC on 3rd and 4. Jones, big hole, 1st down and more. Ronald Jones. Welcome back to the lineup. He'll go 86 for the lead.
Huge play. And a great job by the quarterback. He checks into that play at the line of scrimmage. He checked into that. Got his offense in exactly what they needed to be. And how about Clayton Johnston on the right side? Opened up a big hole for Ronald Jones. Man, does Ronald Jones have some speed? Woo. Wow.
This dude ran a 10.37 100-meter dash in high school. And USC takes a 4-point advantage.
We've talked about this USC offensive line, how beat up they are, how tough things are going to be. Clayton Johnston get the kick out here, open up a big hole off the right side. We're going to talk about a playmaker. Ronald Jones is just that. Missed a week ago with a bruised thigh. No problems here this evening.
This is going to be a discussion, I imagine. Taylor will take it out of the end zone. Spins off one tackle. Good chase down. These Jet fans were hoping that they're going to have Sam Darnold in that jersey. How about that?
Jet fans. Starving for a quality quarterback.
Man.
Could be Sam Darnold.
Could be. Batted down. Intercepted. Uchenna Nwosu with the play of the night on defense for USC.
Uchenna Nwosu, man, you watch the film. It's unbelievable his ability to slow the rush down when it's quick game, get his hands up and bat the football. And that's exactly what we see here working off the left edge. See him slow it down as the ball's coming out, bat the ball down. Was it hot potato there? Whew. It's off Uchenna Nwosu. It's off the offensive lineman, Cole Madison. And then a very athletic play by the senior, Uchenna Nwosu, with a game-changing play, setting the Trojans up inside the 5. Wow, how quickly this game just changed over the course of 2 plays.
Jones. Hercules Mataafa was there for the stop. 2nd and goal.
Take another look at this interception by Nwosu. Just love how he slows the rush down. So many pass rushers will continue to rush up the field. Not this guy. He's a savvy veteran. He has great feel for when that ball's coming out quick. Shuts down the rush, gets the hands up, and you saw the athleticism as he finishes the play and gets the turnover.
That's 11 takeaways in the last 3 games for USC. They had 4 picks against Cal last week. It sets them up here. Darnold, back shoulder, nearly intercepted by Strong. Boy, that would have shifted the momentum very quickly. Instead, it's 3rd down and goal.
Marcus Strong just makes an unbelievable play. Sam Darnold puts it outside shoulder where only his guy can get it. Marcus Strong, great break on the football. Should have had an interception. Ooh.
Well, how big is this 3rd and goal now?
Huge. This would be a huge win for Washington State if they can keep the Trojans out. Got to think play action right here because you think Alex Grinch and this defense is going to be selling out.
Straight up the gut, nothing there for Carr, and the Wazoo defense stands strong inside their own 5.
Huge stop by the Cougar defense. Backs up against the wall. Say, not up in here. Garrett McBroom, excellent penetration from the inside. And Alex Grinch loves what he's seeing from his defense with a big goal line stand.
That last 5-play sequence, that was something. This could be a wildly different score right now. Instead, McGrath makes it a 7-point USC lead. My goodness.
Alex Grinch told us in the Pac-12, you got to be able to run with people. And that's exactly the way he's constructed this defense. And year by year, it continues to get better and better and better under the guidance of Alex Grinch.
Touchback out to the 25. Comes Washington State.
Been a lot of pressure on the senior quarterback, Luke Falk.
He's very good at reading progressions, as you talked about. That's something Clancy Pendergast pointed out to us immediately. Hey, that's why he's an NFL guy. He's got an NFL body. He can stand strong in the pocket. Goes 1, 2, 3, check down. That's what you want from an NFL QB, but it does hurt you at the collegiate level sometimes.
It's going to hurt you at the next level as well.
Sure. It's
college football.
Didn't force the issue that time and found Gerard Wicks on the check down for a few yards. Luke Falk, his dad Mike, when Luke went into his freshman year, got a phone call from the throwing Samoan, Jack Thompson, one of the great QBs in a long line at Washington State. And all he told Luke's dad was, hey, if Luke ever needs anything, and he's a walk-on, mind you, if he ever needs anything, have him call me. And that's the fraternity of Washington State quarterbacks. Drew Bledsoe, Mark Rippon, the throwing Samoan, Ryan Leaf, Jason Gesser. And now Luke Falk finding Kyle Sweet for a first down.
Sweet's kind of taken that River Craycraft role from a season ago. Short intermediate routes, sure-handed receiver. Nice pitch and catch for the Cougars.
Falk has the check down. It's Williams. And Williams has a first down. Dusty, what's the hardest part about facing a Mike Leach offense? Because you, when you were at Oklahoma, you played Texas Tech a whole lot.
Tackling in space. That's what this offense is all about. They want to spread the field out. They want to create as much grass, as much space they possibly can, and force you to tackle. As you saw right there, just a simple swing pass out of the backfield, an extension of the run, get the ball to running back on the perimeter. You've got to tackle well, and you've really got to do a good job in underneath zone coverage and rallying up a tackle.
As USC does there after a 9-yard gain by Jameer Calvin. Marvell Tell was the tackler to finally close out the play as we hit the 2-minute mark of the first half.
The one thing I hated about playing against Mike Leach when he was at Texas Tech.
Oh, tell me.
You got to run, man. I mean, they don't huddle up.
I knew it. I
put
knew
your
it.
hand in the ground. And again, they make you defend the entire field. So get your track spikes ready when you're playing against Mike Leach air raid offense.
Morrow, great cut. And Morrow with a first down to the 30. The smaller, shifty back. That's a prototypical Mike Leach back.
B.J. Salmonson on the right side. Excellent job getting to the second level. And an excellent cut by the senior, Jamal Morrow.
Big burst. James Williams dragged down by Tell, shy of the line to gain, but another strong run.
Cody O'Connell, they call him the Continent, going to get around and get a nice block on the outside. He goes by 6'9", 360-plus pounds as you see him bury the linebacker at the second level.
We got a dude alert, man. This is the guy right here. Cody O'Connell, unanimous All-American last year. What do you call him, a road grader?
He's a road grader. Big as a Sasquatch.
Love the nickname, too, man. We asked him about that nickname, the Continent, and he's like, hey, Mike Leach gave it to me. I was a freshman. I just go with it, man. I just go with it. The head coach says it, you got to go with it.
He is a massive human being. We had Molly McGrath stand next to him. That was pretty entertaining. But, you know, this is a guy who's going to play at the next level. An All-American a season ago, and when you watch this guy play and he gets locked up on a defender, it's lights out.
We got first down and 10 for the 20. Tavares Martin will take it to the 15-yard line.
Pick the pace up here.
This is good clock management by Washington State, although they'll use their final timeout here with 29 seconds to go. By the way, beg your pardon, there's still one timeout remaining for Washington State. They had 2 left. The previous play, there was no timeout used, so they still have 1 timeout. This is really good clock management from Mike Leach. Falk to the end zone for Martin, and incomplete, but a penalty flag comes in, and Jack Jones and Tavares Martin get right in each other's faces.
Like a grab by Jack Jones as they got into the end zone. He was
Pass
beat.
interference. Defense, number 25. Ball be placed on the 2-yard line. First down.
Excellent job by Tavares Martin at the line of scrimmage. Look at him win inside. And Jack Jones, he can get as mad as he wants to. He's grabbing, he's pulling, he's tugging. It's a good call by the official. I like the John, though, man.
Yeah, I like it. I was going to say, that's West Coast, East Coast right there. Morrow trying to pound forward, and he's going to be marked shy of the line to gain. Washington State still has a timeout, and they'll use it here with 16 seconds left. Thirteen of those 15 scores have been through the air. Big play, 2nd and goal. Morrow, they run it in for a touchdown. How about it? ...94-yard drive, tie game.
We thought when we came here to Pullman we were going to have a heck of a football game. We're through 1 half. It's been that and some. Whew. This second half, it's going to be fun, partner.
My guess is you should probably stick around for it. We've got the halftime report coming up. Adnan Vert, Joey Galloway, Jesse Plummer. Jesse, I went for a jog today. It was great. 17 up. USC, Washington State, 2 unbeatens, meeting his ranked opponents for the first time since 2003. Momentum shift after momentum change in that opening half. We've talked about it all night. USC says they're a 4th quarter team. Washington State says they're a first half team. Molly McGrath talked to Mike Leach about it.
USC known as a second half team. How do you change that and prevent that?
Well, so are we.
All right, like it. Thanks, Coach.
Love that response from Mike Leach. You want to hear about USC? Says we're a good second half, 4th quarter team too.
Out to the 25 comes USC. Molly?
Yeah, Clay Helton's message was really interesting. He told his team Washington State is a start fast team. That first half is theirs. You look up, you blink, and they've tied the game. Well, guess what? This half is ours. He told his guys we are much stronger in the second half. So some differing of opinions between Mike Leach and Clay Helton, guys.
The juxtaposition of these 2 programs, of these 2 coaches, of these 2 quarterbacks, absolutely fascinating. The dichotomy is in front of us tonight. USC from the 25. First down run for Jones for 3. Now we welcome you back into the broadcast booth. Adam Amin, Dusty Dvorak. Your thoughts after what we saw in that first half? What you expected, what you didn't expect? What do you think?
Tough, hard-fought football game. I mean, I think both teams continue to fight back, battle back. When it seemed like USC had seized momentum, Washington State was not going to be denied a huge goal line stand and a big-time drive to close out the half and tie this thing up.
Darnold for Vaughns. He had it. There's a flag thrown. It's going to be ruled as an incompletion, but there was a penalty marker thrown with Moulton in coverage.
Offense 21. Pass interference. Offense number 21. Half the distance to the goal. Remains second down.
Boy, Clay Helton has disagreed a whole lot tonight with Steve Strimling's crew.
Tyler Vaughn is a big receiver. Outside release. Moulton's got a piece of the jersey. Could have easily been holding. Ooh. That's a bad call. He didn't push off. It's a bad call by the official. It should have been defensive holding, and instead, it's a USC offensive pass interference. Tough break for the Trojans out of the half.
Burnett ended up running into his own man, and Nate DeRuyter ends up with the tackle. We got to go back and take another look at this play, Dust.
Kind of perplexing. Moulton's got a hold of the back of his jersey. I mean, all Tyler Vaughns is trying to do is just get his arm off of it. That's a bad call by the official. But you got to play on.
Jones, and he'll get shut down at the 24-yard line.
And that's what has to get better in the second half for USC. We saw the big run by Ronald Jones, nice 86-yard run, but other than that, USC has not been very effective running the football. You got to remember, 3 offensive linemen are down. Typically, when you have to bring in young, inexperienced offensive linemen, far better in run blocking than pass blocking, and clearly Sam Darnold has been extremely uncomfortable and not fully believing in the offensive line in front of him.
Reed Butrovich handles it. Really good punt. Bobbled by Morrow. That's a free ball. And 31-yard line is where Washington State will take over. Cougars' first series of the second half. When you come back, 86-yard TD run, the longest in 21 years for Jones in the first half. Luke Falk with the completion record in Pac-12 history. Productive night on offense. We expect some more when you come back. 4-0 against 4-0. USC and Washington State. Sam Darnold unable to do much on that first USC series. Tough call went against the USC offense as well. A big blitz. Falk is hammered, and he delivers on target to Bell. Luke Falk took an absolute shot from Tell and still found 25 yards.
A word that describes Luke Falk: tough. He will stare down the gun barrel and deliver a strike every time. Not worried about the hit. Big hit delivered by Marvell Tell, the safety, coming down on a blitz. But an excellent job by Luke Falk finding Renard Bell and moving the chains.
Williams. Good penetration that time by Uchenna Nwosu.
Tell coming from the high safety. He's late to get there. Man, delivers a big hit on Luke Falk. But no problem for the senior quarterback to step into the throw and find his target.
Marvell Tell, they use him everywhere. We can use him as an underneath linebacker. We can use him as the free safety, Clay Helton told us. Falk dropped. That time it was Isaiah Johnson-Mack who could not corral it. That is now 5 drops from the Cougar receivers tonight.
Typically, these Washington State receivers and running backs are sure-handed.
Yep.
It's one thing they do so well is catch the football. So far here tonight, a lot of miscues by the wide receivers of Washington State. Luke Falk throws a very catchable ball. Always puts nice touch on it, never too much zip.
Falk down the seam. First down again on 3rd down. This time it's the true freshman from Pasadena, Jameer Calvin.
Jameer Calvin, he's got speed, man. He's got quicks. He's working out of the slot. It's man-to-man coverage. And Ikeli Ross just can't run with the speedy true freshman.
Holding on to it. Into a tight window, and Iman Marshall with a good rip against Isaiah Johnson-Mack. If there is a criticism of Luke Falk, it probably is that he at times holds on to the ball too long.
Lacks great athleticism, holds on to the ball too long. I mean, he doesn't want to take those risks, doesn't want to take those chances, but it's almost to a fault. As he continues to play and as he gets drafted and goes to the next level, because he's an NFL quarterback, that's one thing I'm sure they're really going to work with. That clock inside his head, after 2.5 seconds, you got to have the football out.
Williams, you saw some of the USC defenders, what do you call it? They tried to start the lawnmower?
Starting the lawnmower, man.
Remember Christian Rector in that double overtime against Texas? Just ripped the ball out of Sam Ehlinger's hands. That's something that Clancy Pendergast has preached to this defense.
They talk about it in meetings. They've worked on it in individual drills, team drills. Said last year, we didn't take the football away enough. Well, that work in practice and in meetings has paid off. Already 11 takeaways heading into 9.
Falk slings it out, and it will be ruled as an incomplete forward pass for James Williams.
Good pressure inside by Rasheem Green. He's really started the second half on a high note. Beats the guard, Salmonson, once again, and forces the errant throw.
So the left footer Eric Powell was good from 44 in the first half. Started 0 for 5 last year before he made 2 big field goals against UCLA to win by 6. He's cleared the mechanism. He's been really sharp ever since that rocky start last year. And he connects from 33 to give Washington State the lead. Mike Leach, perhaps the most interesting man in college football. His team's got the advantage nearly halfway through the 3rd. That is a talking pirate. That is a gift from Bobby and Pat Knight to Mike Leach, the head coach, who is enamored by pirates. And I think a lot of people can laugh about it or whatever, but there is some real content involved into why he actually digs that so much, the pirate culture. He says, it doesn't matter who does the work. It doesn't matter what race you are, what religion you are. If you're a pirate, the goal is the treasure. And that's the mentality that he tries to bestow upon all of the players that come into this Washington State program to play for one of the interesting caps in college football. Eric Powell with a rolling kick to Stephen Carr. Look at the cuts from Carr. Flag is thrown, though.
We got a good one tonight. Both these teams want to stay undefeated. And it's going to be a fight to the very end here in Pullman.
Darnold under pressure. Incomplete for Vaughns, but a late penalty marker was thrown. Kirkland Parker was bearing down on Darnold.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. Defense number 10, throwing the quarterback to the ground late. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Crucial penalty against Washington State, and a big one for USC to move downfield quickly.
Kirkland Parker's coming off the edge. Just a boot, getting Sam Darnold outside the pocket. They're going to say he slammed him to the ground? I don't know, Adam.
Sam Darnold has been blitzed less this year than he was last. He's been blitzed around the same pace tonight, just has not been able to connect going downfield. Not much there for Jones. Go back a week, Dusty, against a pretty good Cal defense, by the way, for Justin Wilcox, but Sam Darnold did not have a completion of over 15 yards for the first time in his career.
They did a great job last week disguising what they were doing when they were going to bring pressure, their coverages. Sam Darnold was a bit confused. Give the Cal defense a lot of credit, but same goes for tonight with this Alex Grinch-led defense.
Darnold steps up. Burnett trying to make a spectacular grab. Great coverage that time by Pippins.
You know what I'm noticing after almost every throw? Somebody having to help Sam Darnold up off the ground. I mean, once again, he's hit as he delivers a throw. Throw well, ball well overthrown. This pressure continues to get there, and Sam Darnold starting to take a beating.
Three-man rush, and it still gets to Darnold. Still on his feet. Shovel pass ahead. There was an eligible receiver in the area in Imatorbhebhe. So no grounding, but fourth down, and Alex Grinch's defense has been let loose on the Palouse tonight.
Excellent job by the Washington State defense, and an ill-advised pass by Sam Darnold. Look at Hercules Mataafa. He's playing just a little spy in the middle. Good job by the Washington State defense, keeping Sam Darnold corralled with nowhere to go to get outside the pocket. That's a dangerous play by Sam Darnold, just flicking the ball out there. He's got to be smarter than that.
The question's going to be, is this offensive line going to be able to hold up with all the injuries that they're dealing with right now? Are they going to be able to hold up down the stretch? Excellent punt coverage on the Budrovich kick, and they will pin Washington State very deep. Johnson Mack hit by Tell very quickly. This is a big drive for the USC defense because field position could be very important if they can get a 3-and-out.
Exactly right. Excellent job on the punt. The special teams have been rock solid tonight for USC. The training room is going to be full.
Oof, man.
USC tomorrow morning.
Some attrition this week for USC. Morrow out of the backfield. Hurtling his way towards the sticks. They'll spot him at the 9. Marvell Tell sent him into the air.
We knew Jamal Morrow's got some leaping ability. He's going to go up. Nice job on Marvell Tell to get him out of bounds.
Yeah, Tell didn't go for the ankles. Yeah, Tell didn't go for the ankles or anything like that. He just tried to push him out. And you're right, Dusty. The spot has them at the 9-yard line here. Third and about a short 2.
Inside, Rasheem Green has been fantastic as of late. Getting good push from the middle.
There he is. Could not bring Falk down, but he forces a bad throw. Right on cue, Dust.
I've been watching it. I mean, he's really starting to work. They found a matchup that they're exposing. It's Rasheem Green, an outstanding 3 technique, using his hands, getting up the field. He's starting to work on Salmonson, and you'll see him here. Watch the hands. Grabs that elbow, lifts it up, comes inside. Should have gotten the sack, but forces the errant throw and gets the defense off the field.
This is what we talked about. 3-and-out. Chance for good field position here, and Eric Powell will punt. Bad bounce. Excellent field position coming up here for USC inside the 30.
What a win for the USC defense. Just like you said, Adam, trying to change the field position, change the old momentum. They pin them back deep. They get the 3 and out that they want. And another bad punt.
Can they cash in on the great field position? Quick game for Burnett. That's exactly what you just said you wanted to see more of, Dusty.
Roll the pocket, allow him to get outside, use his athleticism where he's very comfortable. That helps out the offensive line, and the ball's out quick to Deontay Burnett.
Quick game again. Looking for Burnett over the middle, and what a hit by the outstanding safety Jalen Thompson. A flag is thrown, though.
Foul. We go to the play, second down.
Now, I believe there should be a first down, though, here, based on what Steven Strimlin told us. He said there's a personal foul with targeting. So they may have to go back and look at that.
Well, they've wiped it away. I just want to say great job by the officials to look at that. It didn't look like targeting to me. They had a chance to look at it a second time, and I think they got that call right.
I agree with no targeting, but they called a personal foul there. And now the defense starting to step it up. Hercules Mataafa with a loss of 4.
Well, Hercules Mataafa, one of the quickest defensive linemen in all of college football, just creates havoc. Unbelievably quick. Watch this first step. Look at him get inside. Create havoc, just up the field, and delivers the big hit and tackle for loss.
Darnold using that athleticism, and he's down to the 11-yard line. Frankie Luvu with the stop.
Interesting, Alex Grinch is starting to use Hercules as a spy. Drops him back there. Actually, a nice job by Sam Darnold making him miss in the open field. But still, the Washington State defense with good coverage down the field. Darnold uncomfortable in the pocket. They rally up, get the tackle to force the field goal.
29-yard try, and McGrath buries it. They had great field position, USC, but only could get 3 points. We're tied at 20. Touchback. Good defenses in action tomorrow night. Sweet at the 29. That will be likely the final play of the third. Clay Helton told us this week and reiterated it to Molly McGrath at halftime. USC is a fourth quarter team. They've been battling. They're in a battle right now with a really good Washington State bunch. We're through 3 in Pullman. Pac-12 on ESPN, Pac-12 after dark, 20 up as we get set for the start of the fourth quarter at Martin Stadium in Pullman, Washington. Cougar football, second down. Fault, incomplete, looking for Morrow. Third down coming up for Washington State. Two teams meeting as ranked opponents for the first time since 2003. USC has not lost in Pullman since 2002. Washington State has never beaten a top 5 USC Trojan team.
Here's Green again, working on Salmonson.
Falk delivers a first down strike to Renard Bell. Offensive line held up nicely against Green there.
They ran a twist inside. Excellent job by the interior of the Washington State offensive line, plenty of time, and a clean pocket for Luke Falk to deliver a big third down to Renard Bell.
Forced it over to Williams, who made the grab. A competitive catch in traffic for a short gain.
That was an odd look. There's 3 receivers and Williams over on the right side, and he's just standing there looking over at the quarterback. Clearly going to get the football.
The buzz around this town was very apparent the last couple of days since we've been here. You could tell that this game had a different feel to it.
Everybody's excited. Everybody recognized and realized the logo and the tradition-rich program that USC is, and the top 5 ranking that they have as they come into Pullman, Washington. So there was a lot of hope that this game would live up to the billing, and it's been everything and some so far here in Pullman. It's coming.
USC showing pressure. They'll bring it. Quick toss. Tay Martin. Ripped out of bounds by Langley.
Marvell Tell told where he was coming a little too soon. He's creeping up at the line of scrimmage. Good job by the veteran quarterback Luke Falk. See where the pressure was coming from and get the ball out to the opposite side quickly.
As a defender, how tough is it when you're trying to time up a blitz against a veteran QB?
It's a cat and mouse game, man. You're always wanting to disguise, wait, not show it. But every now and again, a savvy quarterback, he'll make you show your hand, which we just saw on the last play.
It'll be about a 52-yard field goal from here if they can't convert. And Martin with the drop, incomplete. Langley in on the coverage to force 4th down. Will Mike Leach keep the offense out there, though?
Well, I told you earlier from the 40, on 4th and 5, he was go for it. That's who Mike Leach is. I'll be stunned if on 4th and 3 from the 35, the Pirate isn't gambling.
Just a 4-man rush. Falk has Sweet for the first down inside the 25.
Cool, calm, collected. Luke Falk in the pocket. Great poise on a huge 4th and 3. He finds his slot on a quick out. And Kyle Sweet picks up a huge Washington State first down.
And Luke Falk over 300 yards passing for the 4th time in 5 games. Shovels it to Morrow. And Washington State takes the lead. Luke Falk with that touchdown pass has tied him with Marcus Mariota for 2nd all-time in Pac-12 history. 105 touchdown passes. Only USC's Matt Barkley remains ahead of Luke Falk as his offense has put the Cougars in front. Jamal Morrow from California giving Washington State the lead. Continuing our Dr. Pepper's championship drive game of the week. 27-20. Wazoo on top of USC. And the Trojans will start this drive from the 25. Darnold. Darnold taken off, and a good run for a first down. Good one tonight, brewing in Pullman. Got more coming up for you tomorrow across our ESPN networks. Leading you to Blacksburg tomorrow night with Virginia Tech and Clemson on ABC. Quick throw, and it's complete to Lewis. Out across the 40-yard line. Jones fighting for yardage. The line to gain was the 46.
We've shown the fourth quarter numbers. We've shown how good this SC team has been in the fourth quarter and in overtime. But this guy, number 14, the it factor, moments like this, time in the game like this is where traditionally this 13-game winning streak, this is where we've seen the best out of Sam Darnold.
This is his 15th career start. Only 107 passing yards tonight. His previous career low was last season in that win against Notre Dame. Rifles it. Lewis into Wazoo territory at the 40-yard line.
Quick game. Ball's coming out fast. The rush can't get there. Darnold doesn't have to worry about being uncomfortable because he knows it's a timing route. I'm getting that ball out before they can get to me. I like what T. Martin's going with to try to get his quarterback into a groove.
Vaughns hit hard by Moulton. T. Martin is the 5th-year staff member at USC, 39 years of age, a Lane Kiffin holdover, was promoted to offensive coordinator after Helton was named the head coach in late 2015. Former Tennessee quarterback who won a national title after Peyton Manning went to the NFL.
I think it's starting to rain a little bit out there, Adam.
USC practiced with wet balls over the course of the week this week to prepare for just such an occasion. Darnold looking for Lewis. Incomplete. Good coverage by Pippins.
Felt like Joseph Lewis, the true freshman, speedster out of LA. I thought he had a step on him, Adam. I thought if that ball is put over the outside shoulder, see how it's thrown behind him a little bit? Or if Lewis could have turned the other direction, I thought he had a step. There was a big opportunity for Sam Darnold in the USC offense.
Conservative with Jones. Perhaps they thought this was 4-down territory as Logan Tago made the stop.
I got to tell you, I'm stunned by that play call. Out of a timeout, 3rd and 13. Wow, that's uber conservative considering Sam Darnold is considered by most as the top quarterback in all college football.
And now it's 6.5 to go. Clay Helton is going to roll the dice on 4th and 13. Darnold moving, and it is caught. What a catch by Tyler Vaughns for a first down.
This is what this guy does. Sam Darnold, game on the line, 4th and 13. Frankie Louvu gets the pressure on him. No problem. Nowhere to step up, nowhere to go. Hit as he throws. and a great play over the middle by Tyler Vaughns to keep this drive alive.
Darnold. End zone. It is caught. Shy of the goal line by Vaughns. Back-to-back huge plays for a total of 41 yards to Tyler Vaughns. First and goal.
I can't tell you how much I respect, as poorly as he's played this evening, for him to put together those two passes. Huge.
Nothing there, though, for Jones. It's Mata'afa.
That's a man that lives on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Hercules, quickest first step in all of college football. Easy tackle for loss for Hercules Mata'afa.
Darnold keeps, and Darnold scores. It's a one-point game. When the moment is at its biggest, it seems like Sam Darnold is at his best.
That's really all you can ask for from a quarterback, right? I mean, especially how poorly he's played. We showed the numbers. Having a career-low night as a starting quarterback. Backs against the wall. He goes 5 of 6 in that drive for 64 yards and a huge 4th and 13 to keep that drive alive.
McGrath ties it at 27. Clay Helton told us nobody's cooler in the tight spots than Sam Darnold. The game-tying TD drive in the Rose Bowl, marching them down the field against Texas to tie the game. And here, with 5 to play, Darnold caps it off on his own, 27 up.
After the Cougars' last drive, Mike Leach huddled his entire offense. He said, I spent the first half calming you down. Look at you now. You need to understand how good you are. Now go put it to them. Get me another touchdown. Let's see if they can deliver, Adam.
How about that message from the veteran head coach? 56 years of age, 16th season overall. Morrow trying to cut back, breaks a tackle. He just shed Josh Fatu and has the first down to the 35.
Defensively, you got to wrap up. I mean, give Morrow a lot of credit for keeping his legs going and running through the arm tackles, but that should be a tackle. Fatu just unable to bring Morrow to the ground.
Falk trying to move around in the pocket, and the time clock runs out with Rasheem Green closing it. Second down.
Green has taken this second half over and has just really done an outstanding job working inside, both in the run game as well as rushing the quarterback.
5 sacks for Southern California tonight. The top 30 in the country entering tonight. Sweet will spot him at the 38-yard line.
Got to watch the running back out of the backfield in these situations.
3rd and 4. They'll give to Morrow for the first down. And more. Jamal Morrow inside the 25. Yards.
Well, if I need to run the football, I'll tell you where I'm going. Behind the continent. Watch the big offensive lineman do an excellent job on the double team. Opens up a huge hole. Andre Dillard with a key block. Cody O'Connell opening the hole. Tavares Martin on the outside. Huge run for Jamal Morrow and the Cougars.
Now it's Wicks. Dusty, that was the 77th play run by Washington State. I imagine it has to be having an impact on this USC defense right now.
And we've talked about the physical football games that USC has played coming into tonight. And as you mentioned, those plays, those body blows. And one thing about USC, they don't rotate a lot of guys. They play their starters, and if they have to play a lot of plays, so be it. But clearly you can tell a little bit of fatigue setting in here as we get closer and closer to the end of the fourth quarter.
Falk still looking. Falk chased by Rector, who got him at the feet. But Luke Falk maneuvering and rumbling for 7 yards. Clock continues to move. 3rd down and short.
And Luke Falk, that's the 2nd time this evening. It's a nice job by the offensive line. And Luke Falk finds a crease in the rush lanes. It's a nice pickup, though he's a little gimpy as he gets up at him.
And USC calling a timeout, and Falk a little bit shaken up after that play. 3rd down and 2. USC only has 1 timeout left. And USC gets the stop. Rasheem Green. This may force USC to use that final timeout. USC uses that last timeout. And Clancy Pendergast defense comes up with the stop they need, but now Rasheem Green has to be taken to the sideline. Washington State wanted to run the football on 3rd down and short, likely to force USC to use that final timeout. Now it's going to be up to Eric Powell from about 32 yards to try to give Washington State the lead, and Sam Darnold's going to have to go through the 2-minute drill again with 0 timeouts. Big kick. And Powell is 3 for 3 tonight. Clay Helton told us that the first time Sam started a game, it was last year. 1 year and 1 weekend ago on the road on a Friday night at Utah. He had some struggles that night, but Clay Helton said, I looked into Sam's eyes and I knew that he was ready for the moment. And he's been ready ever since. And that relationship has grown deeper and stronger between coach and QB. We'll see it on display in a moment. 1:40 to go. We'll start at the 25. Pocket collapsing, and Darnold launches it away with Daniel Ekuale bringing the heat.
Ekuale's been outstanding this evening. The only 300-pound defensive lineman in the 2 deep. Working his hands, constantly relentless to the quarterback. Nice pressure to start the drive.
Blitz. Clean to Darnold, who lost the football. It's recovered by the Cougars. Moore recovered it. Jahad Woods with the hit. The biggest plays of those 2 players' careers.
Well, Jahad Woods, he's filling in. They talked about his speed and how much he's able to do and create havoc. Watch him on the blitz, just comes clean. The offensive line lets him loose. And he doesn't just get to Sam Darnold, but he gets the ball out. And he gets the Cougars the football. Ready to ice this game here in Pullman.
A couple more knees will do it for Luke Falk, Jahad Woods, Mike Leach and Washington State. When the athletic director, Bill Moos, hired Mike Leach, he wrote a letter to the Washington State fans explaining what he did to get Mike Leach. He traveled 2,000 miles to Key West to find Mike Leach at his home and convince him to take over a program that Bill Moos, the AD himself, described as potentially the worst program in college football. But he felt that Mike Leach was the guy to turn all of it around. And tonight, on one September night, Pullman, Washington is the center of the college football universe with the upset that Washington State was hoping for. It's going to be lit on the Palouse tonight. They're not going to keep them off the field. Washington State upsets USC.
Let's bring in Mike Leach. Coach, heck of a win. What's it like there right now?
It's a good win. There's a lot of people. It's like Woodstock, except everybody's got their clothes on.
Well, listen, the party later, that may change. What'd you learn about your football team?
You know, I was proud of the way we prepared. We had a good week preparation-wise, and the one thing that I'm especially proud of this team on that we've made a big point of is to be good on all three sides of the ball, and I thought we were. I thought all three sides of the ball complemented each other tonight, and I think it was very important that we had the ability to do that, especially against a team the quality of SC.
Tied at 17 at the half. What was your message to the team, Coach?
Well, we felt like we should add more points the first half. You know, we felt like we squandered some opportunities. We felt like we squandered some opportunities to get points, and then, of course, we gave them 7. And so we really did feel like that we should add more points the first half.
Coach, it's just one game, but it's a heck of a game. What kind of statement game is it for where your program is in Wazoo?
I don't know. The statement is if we get better, we got to get better this week because we got a big one next week.
All right. How do you celebrate a win like this, Coach?
Well, I mean, it's funny because I got an off day kind of tomorrow, but it's not really an off day for me. It's off for the players. So I'll start watching film, and I'll get past this game, start watching film for the next one, and you know, go see family, coaches, friends tonight, and but get it wrapped up, go to work tomorrow.
You got your poker face on. Are you ecstatic inside where it counts?
I'm really ecstatic. I'm really proud of these guys. You know, the other thing is, though, I mean, you know, I'm not surprised. I mean, the thing is I'm not surprised or stunned because we've worked extremely hard and done some good things. And I think we've steadily improved. So I'm incredibly pleased. I'm incredibly proud of these guys, but I'm not stunned by it either.
All right, celebrate with some Cougar Gold, Coach. It was an instant classic on ESPN. Congratulations.
Oh, no, Cougar Gold's good, and that ice cream they have over there, of course, it's closed. They may open it for you, but that's good stuff, too.
Good stuff, Coach.
For Dusty Dvorak and Molly McGrath, Adam Amin saying so long from Pullman.